The issues between His Royal Majesty Eze Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihenetu, Eze Igbo Ghana, and Ghanaians. The tension between His Royal Majesty Eze Dr. Chukwudi Jude Ihenetu, Eze Igbo in Ghana, and some Ghanaians stems from a mix of Ghanaian politics, Nigerian political dynamics, and deep-rooted African mentality and lack of exposure. The king was accused of purchasing 50 acres of land to build an Igbo city in Ghana, a place that would serve as a residential and cultural hub for Igbos. This move sparked outrage among certain Ghanaians, who saw it as a threat to the sovereignty of their nation. The issue quickly stirred controversy on social media. Opposition elements in Ghanaian politics have also tried to exploit the situation for political gain. However, the President of Ghana has publicly stated that he sees no action by His Royal Majesty that undermines the country's sovereignty. On the contrary, the President affirmed that the Eze has been a law-abiding resident, significantly contributing to the development and sustainability of Ghana's economy. Unfortunately, a major challenge remains the lack of exposure and the entrenched African mentality held by some Ghanaians who oppose the project. In countries like the United States, people of various tribes and backgrounds coexist and thrive. For example, there is an Igbo village in Virginia, USA, where the Igbo culture is celebrated, not attacked. They showcase their rich heritage with pride, a gesture welcomed by Americans. Sadly, in parts of West Africa, the same expression of cultural identity is met with hostility. In Nigeria, enemies of the Igbo are using this development to fuel negative narratives, especially at a time when Peter Obi, arguably the best presidential candidate Nigeria could have, is gaining widespread national support. They are using the controversy to portray the Igbo as possessive. But even if the Igbos were possessive, has Peter Obi ever shown greed or undue ambition? His actions and inactions speak otherwise. That is why all the online propaganda aimed at generating hatred for him continues to fail. What exactly is the sin of the Eze Ndi Igbo in Ghana? He's a law-abiding resident who has never taken up arms or attempted to destabilize the country. On the contrary, he has contributed positively to the Ghanaian economy. Encouragingly, many well-exposed Ghanaians have started speaking out against the backlash, warning that such intolerance sends the wrong message to potential investors and contradicts the spirit of a free and progressive society. Igbos, the easiest people to deal with. The Igbos are among the easiest people to relate with. They are open, transparent, and willing to share their plans. However, this openness often works against them, especially in societies where people are not as exposed or forward-thinking. To thrive, particularly in politically charged or underdeveloped societies, the Igbo must learn the power of discretion. To execute plans silently and only reveal them upon completion. Their outspokenness, while admirable, sometimes exposes them to unnecessary envy and antagonism. Igbos are highly intelligent and possess an exceptional IQ. However, they need to complement this with native intelligence, the wisdom to know when to speak and when to be silent. Only by mastering this balance can they reduce the envy and hatred they frequently attract.
Please like, share, and subscribe. Write your comments in the comment section.